Jermaine Smith, and I would like to welcome you to Texternal PC's Security Awareness Workshop. Before we get started today, I want to know, how have data breaches affected your day-to-day life? While you think about that, let me give you my why. In 2014, I went to a restaurant to get something to eat. After paying for my food, I was engaged in conversation by three individuals. One engaged me, one was lookout, while the other slowly slid my bank card off of the table. I looked when I got home and saw my card was missing, and checked my account, it had been cleared out. I contacted my financial institution and got the issue cleared up. The issue was handled, but I was paranoid about using my card in certain places, and I felt violated. A lot of people and organizations feel like this after cybersecurity attacks. And that's why I'm here today, to teach you how to protect yourself and assist in protecting your company. Of data breaches in this decade from 2010 to 2021, increasing by an overall amount of 1,200 breaches in the decade alone. This will make you rethink how you use the internet, store your data, spend money. But the number one method of attacks is social engineering, which is the most used, with numerous amounts of malicious activities used by threat actors to steal either login information or personal identifiable information to gain access to secure systems or financial information. Here's a list of attacks that happen on most occasions. Social engineering is the number one method of cyber attacks because it can come in many different forms and variations. It's very dangerous because it's a dual threat, because it can happen both digitally and physically. The best defense is not to open unknown emails and links. Phishing is where threat actors send emails acting as legitimate companies and use persuasive language to lure victims into giving PII and to give them access to a network or financial information. The most cost-effective defense is, don't open unknown emails or links, but if you do, select the drop down and view the sender of the email. Notate it, block the sender, and delete the email. The next type of attack is a DOS or DDoS attack, and these happen when a web server is flooded with traffic, making a resource unavailable on a single or multiple computers. The best defense is to buy a DOS mitigation service from your internet service provider, or manually configure your firewall to block DNS traffic from outside of your network and to drop ICMP packets. The next attack is new but very effective. It's called phishing. It's a social engineering attack that's used to get your personal information on the phone so they can gain access to your confidential data. The best way to protect yourself from this type of social engineering is to check the phone number and never give your personal information over the phone. Also, you would want to get a spam filter that all service carriers provide. Remember, organizations will never ask you to verify over the phone. Malware is a software that is designed to gain unauthorized access to your computer. The best way to protect yourself from this is to only download files and software from trusted sources, and make sure your program and your network are updated at all times. Now, let's talk about cyber threat equations. We're going to give you 6 definitions 6 examples, and 6 prevention tips to prevent these types of social engineering attacks. We know about social engineering and phishing, the top methods of falsely gaining personal information from people. Do you know about whaling or baiting? Whaling is a phishing attack aimed at senior executives masquerading around as a real email. The way to protect yourself is to block the email if you mistakenly open it. If you don't open it, just block it and report it to your IT department. Baiting is a social engineering attack where a scammer falsely uses promises to trap a victim and steal their information. The most popular combination of the two attacks are the Nigerian prince scam that started in the 1980s. They would write letters stating they were African royalty in a refugee camp and had millions of dollars in a Western Union account. The scam is over 40 years old and it brought in over $700,000 from Americans in 2018. The best way to defend yourself is to remember companies already have your information filed and won't verify you over the phone. Side note, Western Union verifies customers by the sender and receiver have to verify a password. That's for them to ask when you show up to any Western Union terminal. These social engineering attacks can happen physically as well as digitally. That's why they are a dual threat. The first is tailgating, a physical social engineering attack where threat actors trick employees into giving them unauthorized access to a secure premise by following too close. To prevent this from happening, make sure only one person walks through a door or a turnstile and make sure that it closes quick enough so no one can slide through. You can also install biometrics to prevent any of these from happening. The next attack is phishing, where a threat actor calls someone and tries to talk them into giving them personal information with lures of criminal prosecution, false debt relief, or some type of wayward service bill. The best way to prevent phishing is to know numbers that are calling you. Understand that reputable organizations will not give your personal information or ask for your personal information over the phone. And also, have spam filters that every cellular carrier has for each model phone. Last but not least is spear phishing, which is a campaign that targets a specific person or group and often will include info that is of the interest of the target, such as events or financial documents. To prevent spear phishing, encrypt sensitive information, implement multi-factor authentication, update security systems, and also conduct annual security awareness training. I want to thank you for joining us on this introductory security awareness training presentation. We will be updating our channel weekly. You will see more cybersecurity resources, prevention tips, and compliance preparation tips. Thank you with deepest regards from Tecternal PC. Please have a wonderful week. We look forward to seeing you on the next class. Have a great day.